G'day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mum and Dad Show. Unfortunately, only Dad's here for this, at least the start of this episode, because little Dickie has retreated. She is upstairs doing her thing. Who knows what she's doing? And I thought I'd take this opportunity to say that Atticus and I, as a single father, I do it tough, I do. You know, I got to get him to school every morning. I got to cook his breakfast. I got to make his dinner. Talking about being a single father. And here comes little Dickie, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. What do you got there, mate? Oh, I can't wait to hear the response.
Let me sit down first.
Come on.
I'm getting old.
We've got to sell these chairs.
They're so heavy.
They're so heavy, but they were so expensive.
I love the chairs.
Nice bottle, bro.
Thank you.
I love the motivational quotes on your bottle. You can do it for yourself. Keep trying. Drink more. Replenish energy. Don't give up. Almost there. Yeah, you did it. God.
That's what I need.
Ladies, just have a go, will you?
Just kill yourselves.
Just have a fucking go. I was just saying that you've been upstairs grabbing something. What are you grabbing, Big Dick?
Today's sponsor.
We have a sponsor for the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And it's actually something we use.
It's actually decent.
It's so I only use two products that I've ever advertised, and that's Raid Shadow Legends. Caleb, didn't you tell me you played Raid Shadow Legends?
Raid Shadow Legends. I gave in to the millions of ads that I kept seeing.
You love Raid Shadow Legends.
I thought it was pretty fun.
It's a great game with plenty of different epic champions for you to fucking...
Now that there's a Butterfield clan, I might have to fucking re-download it.
There's no Butterfield clan.
Shit, fuck.
I think I made one about 4 years ago and I still read it.
Don't say that.
It actually isn't a bad game, but I don't have time. Okay, so, sponsor?
Sponsor.
Why is Pepper keep running up and down the stairs? I think she went and got...
She's that excited about these products.
Well, please, tell the people, what the fuck is this?
Well, first off, have you ever heard of using beef tallow for your skincare?
What is beef tallow?
Beef tallow comes from beef fat.
Yeah, it's rendered. I think it's rendered.
It's rendered, and it is freaking amazing.
Surprisingly amazing.
Like, show you this.
You all know that I've got bad psoriasis. Like you see it in videos sometimes. I got red things that are like here and here on my nose. Surprisingly, nothing works. Nothing but steroid creams. And there's a lot of people who are having bad reactions to steroid creams. There's like a whole trend on the internet, on TikTok at the moment about steroid cream withdrawals for people with eczema and psoriasis. But... nothing works. None of the scrubs, none of the whatever's scrubs make it worse, but none of the stuff you buy from the pharmacy works. However, it seems that beef tallow, for some weird reason, and this is what actually Anthony Chafee mentioned to me. I did a podcast with him. He's a neurosurgeon. He said to me, beef tallow on your skin is the go.
It was weird that you'd brought it up, and then I found these guys on Instagram, and I was really cringy and messaged them. Sun and Moo.
So was his last name Chafee? And he was talking about cream for skin.
He's a
son
scientist.
of a bitch. That's good. He's a scientist.
Leave him alone. So Sun and Moo, this is the healer one that I've got here, and you put this on. It looks a bit like it's a scrub, this one, but it's not.
It looks sort of like a balm.
But it's fucking good.
And sometimes the texture varies from pot to pot too.
And it does. This is the thing. This is the big thing, the big selling point with it.
Look at that glow. Can you
doesn't
see that
smell. Caleb, you haven't smelled this. Come and smell this and then give your reaction.
Actually, that's
to your
probably a good idea.
Live reaction.
This is my favourite one, I think, the Soother. So you know what beef fat smells like.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to put it on your face, but I'll give it.
That's what I thought. Honestly, it is so good.
It smells right.
Doesn't it?
Smells
Put
right,
some on
right?
if you
Put
want.
some
It's
on.
lovely. Warm it up in your hands so it like emulsifies and melts.
So, ladies and
And on the
gentlemen.
website they say to press into the skin, not rub.
Is this just for any skin or is this for my face?
It's for your normal skin.
I did use the healer on my foot wound.
Yeah, Claire wore a Gucci shoes the other
Me
night.
Gucci's fucked my feet up.
They hurt
That's
her
what I
feet.
get for being a white dog. I don't know.
Don't you hate it? So head over to Sun and Moo.
Sun and Moo. I was going to
Check 'em out on
read what was
Instagram.
actually on their website so we don't just sound like idiots going,
Oh, it's got grass-fed, grass-finished beef, tallow, beef tallow, babobo oil, tamumu oil, and it's organic. Fuck yeah, made in the USA. Good people.
So the benefits of using the beef tallow is its antioxidant benefits, fights free radical damage, antibacterial and antifungal, helps heal eczema, reduces scarring, reduces dark spots, hyperpigmentation, fights acne. I've noticed that actually because I was getting a bad breakout right on my brow. Started using the healer and I was like, ooh, that's really good.
So
rich in fatty acids.
I've experienced it with the psoriasis. Like I usually get little crusty eyebrows sometimes.
You've had like a substantial difference with yours
Very,
though.
very
Like
surprising.
no bullshit
Very.
either.
And you know what? I forgot to put it on last night and I got a bit of a dry patch.
Do you want to put some on now on camera?
Yes, I do. In fact, with
Put some healer on.
Put a bit of
Show them how you do it.
bit of a blue hooler.
Warm it up.
So what you do is you warm it up with your two little fingies, and I like to just fucking rub her in like that, and then I just apply around there. Apparently it's good sunscreen. I'm not sure if this product is good sunscreen, but apparently for sunscreen as well, beef tallow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, head to Sun and Moo and use the code Butterfield because we get a kickback. Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's actually good though. It really, really is good.
I highly recommend. Is it rubbed into my head?
Beautiful.
We've got exciting news. Someone very beautiful and near and dear to us has become engaged, and no.
Oh my god! I was like, what have I missed?
We just
Sorry,
said
we
what
were
gonna
just
talk
talking about it.
You would have
I'm
said
an idiot. Sorry.
Caleb, can you bring up someone on Google?
It's
please?
story time, bitches.
Yep.
There's a guy called Dean Wells.
He hates me.
Oh, fucking who gives a
Guess
shit?
what, Dean? I hate you.
So he has just become engaged to Beauty and the Geek star Amy Ulu. Now, if you don't know,
She's 24.
they played Dean Wells up to be this big fucking...
this guy.
Yeah.
This gangster.
He's sort of like... He's trying to be me on TikTok.
It's so horrific to see.
It's really
Trying to be
cringy.
you.
Can you
He
pull
honestly
TikTok up
is.
on this here computer?
I've got to sign in.
He's 40.
Is he on? He'd be on YouTube though, right?
I don't know, but is he 45?
He's 40 fucking 5.
And he's throwing a shackers. Fucking grow up. Or
Relating to the kids, brah.
He looks like Harrison from the last season.
Oh.
I can't remember what Harrison
Harrison
looks
was
like,
my
but I
hero.
said, and Amy's 24. Dude, you're 45 getting married to a 24-year-old.
Goals.
Now here's the
The
reason.
dream.
So obviously we don't like Dean. He had some mean things to say to Claire. And what?
I just couldn't believe it, but it was. Remember, I got excited though. There's a bit of tallow to be rubbed in.
Got a bit of booth chew from me.
He had a go at me, and I'd never messaged him, and I got heaps excited. I called my mum, and I was like, "This dickhead from maths is bullying me on Instagram." It made my day.
Because I think you were arguing about me.
Yeah,
I think it was about the Aboriginal joke.
Of course, it fucking was.
And he was like, "You shouldn't." I don't know what.
Said the white redhead.
I don't know what he said. Caleb's bring up his notes. He's
Oh,
saying,
no, sorry, no.
It says what Isaac owes him. Okay, interesting.
Give me my money,
I
bitch.
did pay you that, didn't I?
Huh?
Didn't I pay you?
Oh, you don't pay me. You pay me in love.
What do you do? What are your notes?
Oh,
here?
I'm just ignore it. Pretend it's not here.
Well, I'm looking at it.
it's
How
fine.
can I ignore it?
They can't see
I don't
it.
know
It's
if I
good.
should have worn this. Look like a big highlighter.
You did look like a tradie in Bunnings the other day. I turned around and I was like, "Where's Claire?" And because you had Eddie, and it just like this tradie lady was wearing a fluoro, having a durry with a baby.
I'll beat it by 10%.
Oh, very nice. Now, so Dean Wells,
Yeah.
argument with Claire. But it's not so much Dean Wells. Like, we've talked about him on the podcast before. We're like, yeah, he's a fuckwit, yada, yada, yada.
He's not really that. Yeah, he's not a overly well known dude. So you might have to look him up. But if you watched Married at First Sight, you'll go, "Oh, that dickhead," and then you'll move on with your life.
He was the guy who they played out to be the big misogynist.
The villain.
And he's more just a fuckwit.
Yes.
But the girl, Amy
We have a story.
Woolley. Can you bring up Amy Woolley?
Is it Woolly?
Who cares?
I hope it's Woolly because that'd be adorable.
She was on Beauty and the Geek, and so she was one of the beauties, which, let's face it, was a stretch.
It was. We met her.
Everyone let me fucking highlight.
So they've been dating for a year. Just bring up a photo.
Practically a lifetime.
Of old love. So we met her after a show, and what was it? I think she came to the show with her friend. She
You know
didn't.
what you should do on the podcast? Call Connor.
Was Connor there?
Connor was there. He met her too. So did Kai.
Right.
And just be like, "Do you remember this bitch?" I'd love to hear their reaction for the people.
I don't know if they'll remember her. I can call them if you
Boo,
want.
Connor will. So we were traveling for Isaac's shows and we met this glamour and she was sort of, oh God, just like that actually.
What a good sort. Oh,
And she kept saying
Hey, mate, how you
bougie.
doing?
Hey, mate, you're on the podcast live.
Hello, Connor.
Do you
hello.
do you
Do you
remember?
mind? Sorry, I'm literally paying for something at the moment. Sorry.
It's not that. It's not that important. I'll talk to you later.
No. It's okay. I can chat. Just give me like literally 1 second.
All right, we'll come back to you. Hope he doesn't hang up on me.
We've ruined Connor's day.
Connor, do you remember? Oh, just hang on. Drop my phone. Do you remember in Tasmania a year and a half ago, we met this girl who was going to be on
Boojie?
Married at First Sight?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Bougie.
How would you describe her to people?
Like, I don't know, the absolute disdain of existence.
What do you mean? She had a disdain, or you had a disdain for her existence?
Disdain for her.
And say bougie.
And
I just remember, I like every reality star, 5 minutes of fame type of person. It was like the world revolved around her. I barely even spoke to her.
was there a word that she said that you remember?
Fuck, there is a word, isn't there? There was something.
Please remember.
She constantly kept saying that everything was bougie.
Boojie, yes, that's right. That's right.
So she ended up she just got engaged to Dean Wells off Married at First Sight, who Claire had a run-in with in the Instagram comments.
I think he had the hots for me.
So we think it's very funny.
Oh my god. Has she been on any other reality shows since? Because wasn't she saying she was going to be on The Bachelorette or something?
She
I
didn't
don't know.
quite make it.
She didn't quite. Well, she
And
doesn't.
she kept saying how famous she was and that she was moving to Sydney. Well, it turns out she moved to Sydney.
And picked up a big
pitched-
idiot.
Yeah. I knew Connor would remember, though, because we had such a laugh about it.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. We
Thank you,
appreciate your time
Connor.
and your efforts.
No worries. All right.
All
I'll
right.
speak to you soon.
See you, mate.
See
Bye.
ya, bye.
So Connor remembers, but she must have gone to my show with some of her friends because she had no idea who I
That
was.
was a bougie show, Isaac.
bougie.
That was bougie.
And she-
Oh, guys, there's a bar over there. It's really bougie,
And
too.
I remember she was wearing this dress that was so short.
It was so bad, too.
And
I'm
she
sorry.
was
it
walking along with her friends who knew me.
One was okay.
They were fine.
Yeah.
And she was just painful. Everyone kept looking at her because she was loud. She's like, I'm going on Beauty and the Geek next year. I'm going to be a star. It's like, fucking shut the fuck. And she's ended up with the biggest twat of all time.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? It's poetry.
funny.
It's poetry in real life.
It was so funny. And remember we were sort of trying to leave the bar we were at with this woman and she kept following us everywhere.
Everywhere, like a bad smell.
She just knew that you had some sort of fame. Didn't
Ooh,
know
yes.
what you did.
Yes, I do.
And she was
Big
just
fame.
like crawling up and she just would not leave us alone. And everything, and she had those type of eyes that sort of went, if you're listening to this,
Oh,
they
she was-
darted
she
in
was
different
going.
directions.
Like a bug.
Yes.
Like a
And
bug's
she kept
life.
looking at me going, yeah, Tasmania's really bougie now. It used to be a shithole, but I'm moving to Sydney and it's going to be bougie in Sydney.
She, I remember she had this schnoz on her. And
It was her beak.
it was I just couldn't. Anyway, we shouldn't make fun of her. She was fine. She's just annoying. It's the other bloke.
Oh, she was a bit nasty.
Was she?
Yeah,
She
fuck
does
her.
have quite a beak, doesn't she?
No.
It was a honker.
No, she doesn't have a beak.
What do you mean, Isaac?
We're looking at photos
It-
of it now.
no,
Can the
it
people,
was-
can the people see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is a beak.
That's a generous photo.
That is a generous beak. God
Because
gave
I
her
thought, at
extra
first, I
beak.
thought she was like a little bit on the spectrum because she was just so, this word, bougie.
Bougie, bougie.
Oh, and people
Ooh.
are hammering her in the comments because the poor darling, dickhead Dean Wells, she didn't even get her nails done for the photo shoot, so she's missing one of her fake nails for it.
Oh,
Dean.
no.
That sucks.
Don't they teach you anything at TAFE?
Come on, Dean.
Come on, Dean.
I got a question for you, Dickie.
Oh.
If you go into a service station when you're driving your car, as you often do, what do you do with the baby in the back seat? Do you take it in? Do you leave it in the car?
I wouldn't have him
Hypothetical.
with me.
You wouldn't have him with
Nah.
you?
Leave him at home in the bed.
In
All
the bed?
alone. I'm joking.
Why is that?
I'm joking.
Hey, well, you know what? There's truth behind every joke. You know that?
No, I think because we saw this on a mums group, didn't we?
we
About
did,
we talked
yeah.
about that way too much. About taking.
I wonder
do
if
you
anyone
leave
from the mums
baby?
group in Newcastle watches the show.
Highly doubt it.
I don't know.
I've nearly been banned from the page.
You know what you said the other day, which I thought was really funny?
Oh,
That very few women have humour.
I can't say that on here. I'll be like, who's that woman you're doing a video about? They'll compare me to that crazy bitch.
No, but every lady who watches this has a sense of humour, but they're the 1%ers.
They do.
They're the 1%ers. It just seems to be rare because you crack jokes around other women sometimes and it just doesn't land.
They fall flat.
Like, I can't, like, we were talking about, because you were posting to your business and I said, it'd be funny to do this, this, and this. And you were like, they won't get it.
I was right too.
They didn't get it.
No. I don't know what it is. Gals watching this will know.
Do you reckon it's because they don't have to develop a personality because they can just be hot?
I think that some girls do have that whole pretty privilege thing.
Mm.
I myself use it on a daily basis.
You hot bitch.
I'm joking.
You're a dirty hot bitch and we all know.
Definitely don't. Nah, but I think if you haven't gone through some sort of turmoil in your life, whether that's getting bullied or not having great relationships or having the best upbringing or whatever it may be, some sort of struggle, even breaking a leg. I don't know.
Yeah, struggle's good.
A struggle, you just have it too easy and you don't need to develop a sense of humour.
Well, mine was I couldn't make friends because I was a big fat kid.
So you had to be
So
funny.
I had to be funny.
Yeah.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I've now got diabetes and no left foot, but at least I'm a comedian.
I don't know what it is about gals of this day and age. Like a lot, and I've found it a lot since becoming a mum too.
Becoming a MILF.
But just
Big MILFy. That's what you just do at the coffee shop everyone. You're going, the MILF is here. I'm feeling bougie.
I really hope people liked that story. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway.
If you were there, you'd be like, this woman.
This bitch. It was bad. But no, I don't know about the whole...
It's heinous.
I just feel like a lot of girls and probably guys, but I hate to say it, I feel like it's
Well, there's a lot of guys that aren't funny people either. They're just not interesting people. They don't have a personality or a sense of humour, and that sucks too. But
it's hard because I find it, especially the more anxious I get if someone's not sort of, I don't want to use the word vibing, but I feel I have to.
That's what I was thinking too. When they're
I
not
hate
vibing
that
with what
word,
you're
but if
saying.
you're not vibing with the other person, you crack a joke and it falls flat and they're just like, what? And you just go,
Oh, God. That's the worst thing that can happen if you crack a joke. There's no reaction. The no reaction is the worst.
it's like talking about Donald Trump to some white girls too.
White girls hate Donald Trump.
And you ask them why and they go, it's annoying, I just hate him.
They look around like the answer's going to be like,
I just hate him, it's annoying.
New Idea told me I needed to hate him, so that's who I hate.
They don't read New Idea
that's
anymore,
more like-
Grandpa.
That's more like my mum and Arnie and that.
Yeah.
Not mum. She actually doesn't read that.
No,
but
she's a smart woman.
she's a fucking brain doctor, but she's not. But she doesn't read New Idea. But that age group, the 50
100%.
plus year old women
Yes.
read the New Idea.
Yes.
And that's where they get their. You know what we've actually been watching, and I was just about to bring up. That's where they get their knowledge from, and where they sort of they retrieve their intellectual prowess from. But what I've actually just been watching is a show called Painkiller
Yes.
on Netflix.
Very good.
It is fantastic. It's all about Oxycontin and how Oxycontin. There's another documentary called The Oxycontin Express. But anyway, this show is like it's a drama but based on real events. All about how they developed Oxycontin from oxycodone and then basically advertised it as the wonder drug for anyone in pain. But they hid the fact that it was extremely addictive. The FDA basically said, no, it's not addictive. It's addictive for 1% of people, when in reality it was the vast majority of people got addicted to it, and it killed so many people because it's like one chemical off heroin or something like that. Like it's almost heroin. It's basically what is outlawed everywhere that people use intravenously, but one chemical compound off heroin. That's what I was trying to say. But
The bougie sentence.
because I'm so bougie, but because they can, they use it in a medical office, or they prescribe it to someone to get from a pharmacy.
And tell them what it is here. Because remember, I was like, I don't know anyone
Well,
here that's really, I'm pretty sure we worked out. We
in
think
Australia?
in Australia that it's endone. Yeah.
I'll double check.
They were dishing that out at the hospital after I had Addie, and I was like, no, thank you. I had one when I was like fully just
So,
dead.
Oxycontin can only be obtained with a doctor's prescription. But so I don't know if this is oxycodone which I believe is Oxycontin as well. It's very similar. I'm pretty sure it goes by Endone in Australia.
Comment down below
Let me
if
just
you know.
double check that. Is Oxy... Hang on.
Or if not, I think it's heaps similar.
Can you Google it? That's why we have a computer there.
Yeah.
Is Oxycontin... Is Endone Oxycontin? It is very... from what I saw the other night, Endone's an opioid. Yeah.
Oh, oxycodone is the same thing.
Oxycodone. Just see that people ask, is Endone Oxycontin or oxycodone? See down there, it's just first one. Usually given together with pain relief, different brands, the same medicine, Endone and Oxycontin. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is what... So when you get Endone, which you get from...
You get it quite easily,
Claire
really.
got it when she had Addie.
That's why I had him.
Fucking oath.
No.
And when, you get a tooth operation, you get your wisdom teeth out or whatever, like they give it to kids. Mm-hmm. This is what was killing people. And they were making it so popular. They were also, what there was a big driving force was pharmaceutical drug reps, which are still things today. Like they're still jobs today. They go around and they say to the doctor, listen, we've got the best drug. We want you to use it. It's this, it's that. It's that. They do the whole spiel. But then they were giving kickbacks to the doctors. The drug reps were obviously getting kickbacks, but they were getting kickbacks based on not so much how many pills they prescribe, but the dosage. So they would make more money if the doctor would prescribe the 60 milligram tablet rather than the 10.
Wonder if that same thing happens with antidepressants.
Well, why not?
It could.
It definitely could. And the big thing
Lexapro is pretty hot right now.
Yeah, well, they could be doing that. But the thing with Lexapro and the thing with a lot of antidepressants is because they've been around for so long, some of them, the patent has run out on them. So you can then just make it. And that's why they have like the off-label one available.
The home brand.
So what I
My
think
favourite.
from what I saw on the show, and the first couple of episodes were good, but we were interrupted by a certain somebody. From what I think I saw was they changed the Oxytocin, fuck.
He's tired. He's had 2 very big days.
Oxycontin. They changed something in it so they could basically repatent it and sell it because the oxycodone had already lost the patent and anyone could make it. They had to change something with the Oxycontin. Or maybe they just made it more marketable. But anyway.
They changed the phrasing for something too because they said is believed to be safe or is believed to be not addictive instead of saying it's not addictive.
They said in
something like that.
They said in the pamphlet that came with the drugs that it is believed that this is safe. But they never said who said that.
Sounds a bit like COVID.
And it fucking does. And
Sounds a bit like it, doesn't it?
When you watch...
I'm not saying anything. It just sounds a bit like it.
Not that COVID vaccines killed as many people, no doubt.
Oh.
They didn't kill that many people.
No.
In comparison to Oxy. And people were becoming addicted to it and they're becoming drug addicts because of it. But you watch that movie and you can replace Oxy with those particular drugs or those particular injections throughout many times in that show. Like it is almost constantly.
It's a very good show.
You can change if you change in your mind what they're talking about, it makes complete sense. So I highly recommend it. It's called Painkiller on Netflix.
Food for thought.
Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so no, Claire and I are both hooked on Oxy, and Addie is too. And we're fucking...
I keep staring at his feet. Addie's, not Isaac.
I was going to say.
Poor Isaac.
I love yours too, but he's wearing,
Poor
if you're
Isaac
listening to
too.
this, Addie's wearing this beautiful little suit today with these little, they're not whales, they're little, what's the other thing?
Narwhal.
Yeah, they're those little dugongs. Anyway, and
I
his
had
feet are showing and they look delicious. Oh, they're just so cute. Do you want a blanket for him? I think it's pretty warm in here. I had the heater on, toasting
He's
up.
running
the house.
hot because of the Oxy. I wanted to end this podcast by just saying and letting you know, Claire, that
You've had a gutful.
a certain woman has been DMing me quite a bit.
Ooh.
And I don't know what to say.
Which one? Who? Have I heard about this? That was Pepper upstairs.
Is she on the fucking counter?
Probably.
I'll show you.
Who? She's never messaged me once, this bitch, that vegan teacher.
That vegan teacher keeps DMing me.
She's still going.
Her name, isn't it Katie? Why is it?
KD.
That's not a name. Have you said that?
It's a last name.
That's not a name for
last,
anything.
No, it's not her last name, but it is the last name.
Her calling Addie out was so fucking cool.
Oh, it was so
It
funny.
was so cool.
Define nice, you piece of shit.
I tried to get her on the podcast again. She's like, I said, I'm, in the podcast with people like I'm
going through a page.
necessarily agree with. I don't really, I don't treat them like shit. I'm quite nice. and
Vegan
cordial.
Booty was lovely.
Yeah, she's great.
She's a legend.
Carries on a bit, but she's very nice.
Yeah, I like how dedicated she is. I don't agree with all of it, but I just think her and her partner, the fact that they believe in it so much is pretty fucking
They are
cool.
the same type of people that if they were religious would be like full-blown religious, or if they were carnivore to be
Yeah, but she was
full-blown
really
carnivore.
nice to us.
She is
So I
very-
like
she is
her.
very
Not like this old hag.
What was the video she just sent me?
I was looking at her profile. So she sent,
She sent a few.
mother monkey risked her life to save her baby.
Yeah, well, we are
What a
off to
fun podcast.
great fun podcast. We're off to America next week. Very exciting. Oh my god! We'll film another podcast, I guess, before we go. But
And some mini vlogs when we're over
we're
there.
going to film some mini vlogs.
I say that. I'll probably be that fucking anxious that I'll just
we'll
be
film
like,
some.
So where are you heading first?
We're heading to.
LA,
Well said. We are then heading to.
Austin, Dallas, Houston, Dallas, San Fran,
And LA.
LA,
What are you most excited for?
home.
Dickie?
Probably to go to a diner because I like their eggs.
Like just like
Denny's.
I like Denny's a lot. I really like Denny's.
How many times did we go to Denny's in Hawaii?
It was up there.
Did we go to a Denny's in Florida when we were there?
I don't think so.
No, me
I'm
neither.
excited for the food and to show Addie the aquariums.
There's a lot of good aquariums.
I want to because he loves
He
fish.
loves fish.
I want to show him all the fish and take him to Disneyland and snuggle him and have lots of American coffee because I bloody like
How
it.
about how expensive Disneyland is? For 3 people for 2 days park hop, $1,000 US.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It is like I'm going to say once in a lifetime, but
We were there last year, you
I
lunatic.
know. But for Addie,
Yeah.
go back when he's 5.
Did you just end up getting it?
Yeah. Well, it's 3 people, including our mate Morgan, who's coming with us. You don't have to pay for Addy.
I think it's worth it though.
Right. He's awake.
No, I'm really excited for Disneyland. Isaac's excited to shoot some guns, not at Disneyland.
Oh, I can't wait to shoot
And
some
Addie and
guns.
I won't be near when he's shooting the guns. We'll be at a Denny's somewhere.
Shooting your mouth
He's,
off.
he's smiling at you.
Hey, baby
I am
boy.
really anxious about the flight though. And but I'm trying to not think about it too much because
If
every
you've got
time I
any hot
Google
tips,
it,
let us know in the comments.
everyone says the same thing, which is lovely, but everyone's like, feed them on takeoff and landing. Does that just mean the rest of the flight we're fucked?
Yeah, it's like good luck.
Yeah, do this and take some Oxy.
Oxy, this show was brought to you by Oxycontin.
No, Sun and Moo, check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Check us out on Spotify if you haven't already. We'll see you then. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye-bye.
Bye.